Yo, what's up, y'all? We on the brink of the next Xbox unveiling, alright? May 21st is going down. You already know. Tune in on your Xbox, IGN, game trailers everywhere. You already know it's coming. You know what I'm saying? So, this video is basically designed to give my thoughts, not just, really predictions, but just my thoughts on, what they should or shouldn't do, just my impressions. So, the first thing I think that will be very shocking and very impressive is if they don't show or talk about another Gears of War or Halo. I would be very surprised, and I think the entire industry will be surprised, because the nostalgia about Xbox as a business is that they don't got nothing besides Gears and Halo. You know what I'm saying? That's been their gift and their curse, because they're great games and great franchises, but it seems like that's all they got, and then everything else is basically everything else. But when it comes to Gears and Halo, that's their bread and butter. So this generation coming up, they need to show that they could do new Halos and new Gears in terms of making new games that you've never seen or heard before, but allowing them to be just as strong as those to build their exclusive library up. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first thing that I think will be very shocking from the entire conference if they don't mention Gears or Halo. They do that and come with some brand new exclusives that's gonna blow our minds away. That's gonna put their entire image on a whole nother level playing field, and also in terms of comparisons to PlayStation 4, it's going to make them look that much more of a competitor, because now you see that Microsoft has reinvested in themselves, not only third-party exclusives, but their own studio exclusives. So that's my thoughts on the first joint. Alright, so now the second thing I would say regarding this particular event, and don't get me wrong, E3 is coming right after this, so this is basically a two-part story, as Microsoft said. But in terms of the unveil, first impressions mean a lot, so you got to do that much more damage, especially the fact that PlayStation 4 revealed itself so far already. So the next thing I would say is this: everybody loves Xbox Live. Everybody also wish Xbox Live was free. But from a business standpoint, when you got 48, 50 million people subscribing yearly to this service, Microsoft is not going to get rid of that revenue stream. At least I don't think so, unless they get rid of it but got something else to make up for that difference that's significant. Other than that, I don't see it happening. But I will say this: they have to do something major to make people want to continue to pay for Xbox Live. And the reason why I say that is because the 48 million, 50 million people that already bought into it, all those people who's not going to have an Xbox Live day one. It's a clean slate now going into the next generation. So it's 0 versus 0 in terms of console sold. You see what I'm saying? And they're coming out roughly the same time, according to what's going on in the industry. So the main thing right now that should happen is, and this is just my opinion, but they must show why people should still pay after seeing what PlayStation 4 did with the share button, the headset in every system, and all of that stuff. Still supposed to be free to play against one another and all of that, all those features. So if all those features is free on PlayStation 4 and you can do all the same things on Xbox Live, but you have to pay for them, that's going to be a major factor in terms of multi-platform sales and sales period. Because the more you can offer for free, the more people going to flock to your system. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line. And with Sony at the position that they're in going into this new generation, the problem that they face in PS3 days in terms of coming out a year later from Xbox and Xbox getting that head start, and secondly, the price point being so high, and thirdly, their online not being as good as Xbox Live in terms of feature set, all of those things is now the opposite, and it's working in Sony's favor right now. So Xbox got to figure out a way to make sure they can still make people want to pay for the service. Because if people see that PlayStation 4 offers everything that you roughly want and need for free when it comes to the online space, and Xbox is still making you pay, they will lose customers. They will lose customers. So that's something that I think they really need to show during this reveal. Alright. So now we're coming to, we at the midpoint of this video, you know what I'm saying? And here's the deal. Xbox need to show, not only announce some exclusives that they have, because we already know Call of Duty Ghosts is going to be shown and unveiled there, but that's also coming to all the other, PlayStation 4s, obviously coming there too. But here's the deal. Xbox not only need to announce some new exclusives, but they need to show in real time gameplay these new exclusives. And to my knowledge, they got two main ones that they are supposed to show, from what I heard, you know what I'm saying, from a lot of people that I speak with in the industry. So I'm expecting to see it. I hope it comes out great, but I know at E3, believe it or not, you all will be blown away, because Microsoft has been listening, and they do got a few tricks up their sleeve exclusive-wise. I do know that for a fact. But I will say this, and I'm going to end it. With Microsoft, if they go on stage, and they got at least 2 games, and the reason why I say this is because on PlayStation Reveal, you had Knack, you had Drive Club, you had Killzone, and you had Infamous Second Son. Now, Infamous Second Son, you didn't see the gameplay, but that was in-game graphics, in-engine graphics real-time demonstration. That's 1. 2, Drive Club, what you saw, that was real gameplay that you saw. Even though nobody was playing it, it was real gameplay being ran off of on the system. You know what I'm saying? Then Killzone, obviously, that was real-time gameplay. And Knack, they showed that. That was gameplay. So, even though they had 4 exclusives up there, nobody's expecting Microsoft to just come out with exclusive after exclusive after exclusive. But they got to show something that's going to blow you away that only Microsoft can deliver. Especially after what PS4 revealed. That's going to be very, very important. So let's hope they stand up to that challenge. Now this right here is the X Factor. Xbox, this will be your X Factor. They really need to show something that's going to combat PlayStation's cloud gaming and instant on. The reason why is because if you look at PS Vita and even the 3DS, I could turn my PS Vita off 3-4 days later, turn it back on, and it's at the same spot that I left it at in terms of gameplay. You know what I'm saying? I can have the game paused for like 4 days, come back to the same paused screen, and continue with my game. You know what I'm saying? So that whole suspend and resume and being able to play a game the moment you hit download and all that instant stuff and cloud gaming, like Microsoft has to have something like that in place. Now, I already know Microsoft have their own cloud of, like, I'm not sure cloud gaming, but they have their own cloud type of service. Microsoft is a software giant. So if there's anybody that could do this and do it just as good or even better than what Sony showed or what Sony is going to have, it would be Microsoft. But the fact that Gaikai specialize in a streaming service specifically designed around games that Sony spent $380 million on, that speaks volumes. And as great as a software giant Microsoft is, there's a lot of talent that goes behind this and a lot of R&D and a lot of patents. You see what I'm saying? So it's going to be very interesting to see how Microsoft combat that, or even if they combat it at all. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to be very interesting to see nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? The next thing I would say this in terms of the downloads and everything, with Microsoft and how great Xbox Live is and the momentum that they got going into the next generation, this is something that they could really capitalize on and turn something that looks negative into a positive in their favor when it comes to cloud gaming, instant on, and software, period. You know what I'm saying? Because people love achievements so much. There's so many ways you could utilize achievements and fit that in to the whole cloud gaming and fit that into the whole instant on, certain things like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think they really need to have something to fight back with that. That's going to be very important. Alright, now we down to the final joint. Last but not least, seriously, they must. This is probably like the first thing they need to do, but they must explain what does always online mean for the system. Because if it's true that like you can't play games offline, you have to only be online, if that's true, meaning that, let's say I'm playing a game, my internet connection get messed up, so my whole system shut off or my game cut off because it has to be online for me to play. No. If a developer want to utilize that as an option for their game because of the type of game world they building, fine. But that shouldn't be the way the system is, in my opinion. But these guys are the experts. But they must thoroughly, whatever you want to say, they must explain this, because this is definitely a make or break. That will be a make or break moment for their conference. So they need to explain it, and not only explain it, but show you why they going forward with it, why it's better to have, and why they the only ones that will support that type of format. You know what I'm saying? They really got to showcase that. Alright, so it's your boy HipHopGamer, May 21st, baby. You already know, son. Get hype, get your popcorn, get everything, son. You know what I'm saying? It's about to go down, kid. And shortly after that, I'll be out in LA covering all E3 needs that you need, homie. It's gonna be, it's going down. I already got spots lined up, son. I already got interviews lined up. It's, this is gonna be like the biggest E3 I ever been to in my life. 2 consoles launching. It's over, man. God bless y'all. Peace.